How do I, 27 female, help my boyfriend's, 33 male, addiction? 2. You guessed it. Porn. We've been together for almost 9 years. Expecting our first baby in 1 month. We both work, but I work part-time so I don't want to nag him, so I do all the household work yet still pay half of all our expenses. Which I sometimes find unfair since he doesn't lift a finger to help me out with anything else. I've known for years he has had issues with porn and sexual content, but he's always promised me he's gotten better and isn't addicted anymore until I find out he's lying about being cured. He's been having secret website accounts just to look at other women, deepfake porn, regular porn, secret Snapchat account to follow girls, signed up on weird sex sites. That's just scam sites, looks up the hot local girls on social media, etc. So meanwhile I'm doing dishes, cooking, laundry, cleaning, gardening, sitting lonely and bored, he's been downstairs in his man cave gooning to porn and looking at naked girls or gaming and OFC. I often feel neglected. Despite his extreme laziness though, he's very good to me, and if I ask he will most of the time provide. I understand watching porn from time to time cause we all have our needs. But going behind my back this often, watching porn up to several times a day and week just breaks my heart a little. He's clearly been addicted since his early teens, but it's about time to grow up. How do you help someone with this type of addiction? I'm sorry, but you can't. Wife of a porn addict here. You absolutely can't help him or make him want to change. He has to want it for himself. It has to be something he wants to change, to better his own life. Recovery is hell. It changes your relationship forever. This guy is a loser and has been for a long time, probably before he was 24-25, dating an 18-19-year-old. You can't change him. He's useless and dishonest. Pregnancy was a bad decision and to pretend otherwise is silly. Usually these relationships don't end well. You can't. You made a huge mistake letting that guy get you pregnant. I hope you make better decisions when the child is here. You cannot change another person. You knew this is who he is. It's not changing unless he wants to change, and he clearly doesn't. The baby won't fix it, either. You can't help him. He has to want to stop. Also, therapy. You need to take off the rose-colored glasses, BB. Is it normal for my boyfriend, 36 male, to keep farting around me when he knows I, 32 female, hate it? BF, 36 male, won't stop farting around me, 32 female, and I genuinely can't take it much more. Am I so unreasonable? We've been together for just over a year, and living together for a little less than that. It was too soon. I realize that now. He has lots of little quirks that I either love or have learned to live with, but there's one that I genuinely can't handle, and that is that he farts so blatantly around me. He has zero shame in doing it and keeps telling me that it's natural. I have no problem with farts themselves, they are natural. It's the fact that he'll do it so obnoxiously when we're laying in bed together or chilling in the living room. He knows I don't like it but just lands with, it's natural, and, if I don't fart I'll explode. The fact is it's not like it's uncontrollable, because if we go out for dinner or whatever he doesn't sit there farting. I've been very clear with him that I really don't like it and that it's a definite boundary for me, but I honestly don't think he cares. Am I being so unreasonable? What the hell do I do? Dude, I used to fart every day in front of my girlfriend and one day she said, "That's such a turn off, seriously." I felt so embarrassed and never did it again. Of course sometimes my butt goes a little off the trails, but hey, I try. I am so sorry this made me laugh. I absolutely cannot stand people doing it on purpose, it's so gross and unattractive. OFC, it's natural and everyone does it, but for him to do it just to annoy you is gross. WTF. I'd honestly tell him that it makes me unattracted to you. It's not abnormal. I'd say it's 50-50. Some people think the right thing is to fart in private. Some people think being comfortable in a relationship means being able to fart. I'm the latter and I just break up with someone like you. Farting is 100% natural. I couldn't bear the idea of not being able to freely fart in my own home. TBF, my girlfriend farts more than I do. My only rule is to not fart when we're eating. Otherwise, be comfortable and let it out. But yeah, there's no right or wrong on this one, just your personal preference. I personally wouldn't date anyone I couldn't fart around. I'm 50-50 on this. On one hand, sure, it might be annoying, but it's not like he's faking it. I would say as long as he's not doing it in extremely inappropriate times, like sex, or eating, or on you, then you're asking him to physically prevent gases that have built up inside him to release, which I'd say is more difficult to do. I'd also say it's unreasonable for you to expect him to get up and do it elsewhere, as it's also his house too. Well, farting is natural law and some people are just more gassy than others. If it bugs you that much, you might not be compatible. Also, some people have conditions like IBS and other stuff that can make them more gassy and can be painful to hold that in. Girlfriend, 31F, got caught emotionally cheating on me, M37, 2 years ago. How'd I get over it? Long story short, about 2 years ago into our now 4-year relationship, I caught my girlfriend forming a friendship with a guy and hiding it from me. She started a new job and formed a new group of friends at that job and would go out to the bar with this guy, go to his house, and hang out with him in his car late at night in parking lots. I discovered this through a private eye, and once caught them alone at a bar at a restaurant when she told me she was going out with a girlfriend. It was ugly when I confronted her about it and she was extremely remorseful and apologetic. At the time I left her and lived out of a hotel for about a month. We eventually reconciled and attended couples counseling. I asked for her to break off all contact with this individual and she did. Things were better, we built a house together and welcomed a new baby girl into the world this year. Despite it being as long as it's been though, I still can't help but feel a small level of anxiety when she goes out with girlfriends. I can't help but allow it to show through, but I don't want her to feel like a prisoner or like I am trying to control her. I want to allow her to have a life outside our relationship like any healthy couple should. I just don't know what I need to do to shake this feeling. I've told myself if I am going to forgive her and stay with her I need to let it go. What can I do? You were with her 2 years too long. It's 2 years and still haunting you. You will never see her the way you once did. You need to accept that. If you can't, time for you to move on. That trust will never really come back in full. Once it's lost, it's gone. You can only live as best as you can with the amount of trust you have left or to build upon. Honestly, you can probably blame your brain in pointing this out as a concern. It doesn't mean you haven't forgiven her, just means that it hurt and you don't want to be hurt like that again. If it invades your thoughts, redirect them. Remind yourself of the progress, and go do something to give your brain other things to focus on. Honestly, after being cheated on a long time ago, my defense mechanism is to always remember that I can walk away. That and to remember even rock stars get cheated on, i.e. it's the cheater who has issues, not me. There is only so much you can do and control. Being her prison guard is not the answer for either of you. I'd talk with her in a non-accusatory conversation. I feel, and it concerns me, type statements. Give her an opportunity to help you find a solution. Prob not a bad idea to seek IC and MC to make sure you two are always openly communicating at a healthy level. You can't make it go away, she has to do the work. A lot of hard work, to rebuild your lost trust, and it's clear she hasn't. Small reassuring things can help you, if she took a photo with them and sent it, updates throughout the night, little things to prove she is doing what she says, and openness and honesty with you on hard subjects. She has to help you or it won't ever get better. I'm, 20, scared to show my boyfriend, 22, of 4 months my bare face. How do I gain the courage? So pretty much what the title says. I've been seeing this guy for 4 months, and honestly everything is going pretty great. He's the perfect guy for me, we're in love, we've never had any big arguments and we're definitely very much into the honeymoon phase right now. Now the one and only thing that's been weighing very heavily on me in this relationship is the first time he's going to see me without makeup. Now it's not like I wear a pound of makeup, but it's enough to cover up my insecurities. Which leads me to my biggest issue, I have genetic dark circles. I don't mean tiny red or purple eye bags. I'm talking full-blown dark panda eyes. It's been like that since I was a kid. I remember in school when people would joke around and ask me if I ever sleep, or tell me I look dead. Also yes, I've tried every remedy, it's now something I've just accepted. I also have some small hyperpigmentation around my mouth, but honestly compared to the panda eyes that's not one of my bigger concerns. This has caused me to have a lot of anxiety about him seeing me without makeup, the biggest obviously being he won't be attracted to me anymore. He's constantly telling me how beautiful, gorgeous, attractive, etc. I am, and it feels amazing of course. But in the back of my mind all I can think is, will he feel betrayed? Will he feel lied to in some way? Other girls usually have this same worry, but honestly 9/10 I think those girls don't even look that different, though in my case I'm concealing a very noticeable feature on my face. I did casually bring this up to him, he was saying how pretty I am, and I asked him if he would think the same even if I wasn't wearing makeup. He said of course, and that he loves me for me and my beauty is just a bonus. It was very sweet obviously, but I think he says that because he doesn't expect me to look very different without it. I wouldn't say my biggest concern is him leaving me over this, but rather that he finds me unattractive, but still stays because that's just the kind of guy he is. Doesn't sound too bad, but I just can't imagine being with someone who doesn't find me attractive. I don't know how well I've articulated my feelings, but I just needed an outside opinion that isn't people in my life who are used to seeing my natural face all the time. I would appreciate any advice on how to gain the courage and maybe how you'd react if you were in this situation. I'm sure I'll see plenty of people telling me if he's the right guy he'll love me anyways, and I've been telling myself that a lot. But I'm not worried about him not loving me anymore, but him realizing maybe he no longer finds me beautiful. Too long did not read. I'm scared my boyfriend won't find me attractive once he sees my natural face and panda eyes. I don't know if this is comforting at all, but I'm a straight guy with a lot of straight friends and we tend to talk about women quite frequently, and I truly have never, a single time in my life, met a guy who cares if a girl doesn't have makeup on. It really is not a big difference to us. I do know it probably feels different because of the things with your eyes, but I really believe that if he finds you attractive normally, he truly won't feel any differently because of that one feature. Also, if he feels really passionate about you and your relationship, he will see things about you to be attracted to everywhere he looks, and you not wearing makeup won't change that. At 22 years old, he knows that you look different under your makeup. If you want to ease into it, bring up school and say something like, "Yeah, when I was younger it was rough, got bullied because I have genetic dark circles under my eyes. It sucked," and move on casually. He'll know, and you can move from there to going barefaced. If you consider him as long-term, then he will see it anyways, and if he doesn't like it, don't waste your time. Just tell him straight up you have panda eyes. My ex was like that and I named my fantasy football team Panda Eyes because of it. I didn't give a crap as she is still beautiful. Do it slowly and you'll be able to feel more confident based off his reactions. If you wear a full face, go one day with a full face and no lashes, then do a face with just lashes and no face. Ease your way into it. You don't have to scrub your face and say boom here I am if you're not comfortable with that. Girl, I know how you feel. I'm 23 and me and my boyfriend met when I had braces. I have had a yellow patch on my front tooth my whole life. I got my braces removed over a year into our relationship and was worried. I got them off and he still loves me the same. We overthink so much to the point of making ourselves sick. You will be okay, and if he truly loves you for you, he won't care.